Yeah. Hello Prasiddhi, welcome to the Hush Talks. I'm Kritika and I'm very excited to have you here with us today.
Same here, and I'm also very happy that you invited me on this talk.
Yeah. So Prasiddhi, the Hush Talks by the Hush Tree is a platform where inspiring kids like you who have done some amazing work in a particular field get a chance to share their story and inspire other kids. So Prasiddhi, all of us know that it is very important to plant trees and have asked people around us about the same. So tell me Prasiddhi, who is the first person you have asked about environment, climate change and trees?
Asked about. So, actually, nature is the first person because when I was small, I always connected with nature, spoke to nature because it always taught me something. We were like buddies, and I could talk to them for hours and hours, be it they are birds or squirrels or trees. But once in 2016, Varda cyclone hit the shore of Tamil Nadu. I saw trees uprooting. I felt like they are crying. They are asking for help. And that's when I made a mindset that I should support them and do some action. Then I participated in several plantation drives for good 2 years.
Okay.
Yes, and throughout I met with several like-minded people who were also very connected with nature. And I felt that I should also do something of my own. And that's when Prasiddhi Forest Foundation was born in 2018.
Okay, wow, Prasiddhi, that's really great. So, are you excited that you are going to be interviewed by a child like you?
I'm very excited, as I mentioned you, and very happy to spread awareness about nature and environment.
Wow, so that's great. Now I will let Rhythm take over this interview because I'm sure she's equally excited and waiting to have this conversation with you. Okay?
Yes.
Hello everyone. My name is Rhythm, a student of class 5 from Chamoli district of Uttarakhand state. Prasiddhi, the movement, I came to know that I am going to have a conversation with you. I am really very, very excited for that because I always want to know how to plant a tree, how to take care of them. So before jumping into that, would you like to introduce yourself first?
Sure, definitely. I'm Prasiddhi Singh, founder of Prasiddhi Forest Foundation. I'm 8 years old. I study in class 4 Mahindra World School. I am a true nature lover. I'm the youngest fruit forest creator of India.
Oh wow.
Thank you so much. I'm also the brand ambassador of Beti Bachao Beti Padhao for Tamil Nadu. I'm also awarded by our Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi ji, and I've planted 16,000 plus trees and created 15 fruit forests in government schools, public places, trusts, corporates, and other places too. My mission is to plant 1 lakh trees by the year 2022.
Wow, this is really great and very inspiring, Prasiddhi. I really like your story. So now that we know a bit about you, tell me, how did you come up with the idea of planting trees?
So since I was very small, I always connected with nature and loved nature. Once, when I was in my daycare, I saw a small seed falling down from the tree. I quickly went and grabbed it in my small hands, and I was very curious to know, what is this? So when I reached home, I asked my parents, what is this? My parents told me this is a magical pot, and all you have to do is put it in the soil, give it some water, and see what magic is going to happen. So I rushed and took a pot, I put few soil which I had collected, and I quickly put that seed, that magical pod inside. I was waiting all night to see the magic, but I was sad when I woke up. I saw that there is nothing that came out. I became sad and asked my parents, what happened? My parents told me, give it some time. Do you want your magic to be successful, or your magic just to be there and go away in some time? I was like, no, I want it to be successful. So every day, regularly, I gave it water and all the minerals it required. And after a few days, I saw a teeny shoot coming out. I felt like magic. I just went into a burst of happiness. And then I understood the importance of it. I started reading about trees and knowing more. And that's when I learned that a small 4mm seed has the potential to grow 400 feet tall tree.
Oh, that's really great, Prasiddhi. But Prasiddhi, how did you know that you want to become an environmentalist? I mean, who is your inspiration?
So actually, I have several people who I admire, like Jane Goodall and Kamala Harris and Amina Gurub-Fakim, and of course my personal mentor also, Kiran Bedi ma'am. But my main inspiration is nature. I learned from the sun. It taught me discipline when it rises on time and it does its turn on time. I learned from the bees and flowers. When the bee pollinates the flower and the flower gives nectar to the bee, they collaborate. I learned from the trees that even when we cut them, they again try to grow and give us oxygen. They never give up. I always learn something or the other new from nature every day. And I feel everyone should.
Wow, Prasiddhi, you are really very learning person. And how do your friends react to you being an environmentalist?
So, actually at start, it was a bit difficult because I always connected with nature and touching all the soil and getting up all muddy and doing these kind of things. My friend used to react like, what am I doing in the world? But as time passed, we started connecting. We started having a little likewise mind because they understood the importance of trees. And then we became an eco-army and together we did several good acts too, by collecting seeds and creating our own nursery where we plant the seeds and then planting it in the forests.
Nice, Prasiddhi. When did you plant your first tree? Do you remember which tree was it?
See, it's so difficult to know that because from a very small age, right? But as far as I remember, I started off with small, little, teeny, tiny vegetables and fruits, all for my kitchen garden. But exactly, I think so. With my father, I first planted a small chili tree, a small chili plant, and a lemon tree.
Wow, now I really want to plant a tree. Can you please tell me how can I take care of it and what are the things that I have to be prepared for?
So, first one point which I'd like to say is that you should always have connection with trees, which will always help you. And trees are also just like us humans. They also want love, care, and a little bit of attention. In the attention, it depends to what climate. So there are three very important things. One is the climate, the soil, and the water. And all the things depend on the plant. So if whatever type of plant it is, you should know what the exact weather suits it. Or will it be able to grow over there or not grow over there? Then it comes to the soil. You should know what exact soil it requires. It needs coastal soil, loamy soil, sandy soil, what soil? Because it cannot grow in any different type of sand. And lastly, you should know how much water it requires. You should not give a lot of water or it will die. You should not give very less water. There is also a certain amount of each plant.
Okay.
So yes, and one thing which I want to tell, never use any bad pesticides from shops. Always use organic ones. So for example, like banana peels, where you will cut the peels, put them in water and kind of mix them properly, and then you can spray them, because they are very high in potassium and good for flower plants and fruit plants. Then you can boil the neem leaves. You can boil the neem leaves and you get neem oil, which is also very good for tree saplings. And there are different ideas which can help you to take care, but those 3 points are very important. So which is love, care, and a little bit of attention.
Okay, that sounds really interesting. I will surely plant a tree this summer. Speaking of summer, yes, speaking of summer, summer is my favorite season because I love mangoes. Which is your favorite season in fruit?
So I'll start off with fruit as you spoke, mango. My favorite fruit is strawberry, and as you, I also really like mangoes. And coming to my favorite season, I love the rainy season because in that I see actually speaking of rainy season, all seasons are very important, but my personal favorite is the rainy one because all the small drops, they come dancing and splattering from the clouds, and all the birds in the rain, they're winkling up their feathers to remove all the water, and I see all the trees going from the rain's breeze, they're moving here and there. And I also love dancing in the rain. Looking at everyone, I'm like, I also want to dance. You also give me some time. So yeah.
Yes, you are right. It's really a beautiful season. Rainy season is very beautiful season. And
Yes.
do you know, before the pandemic, summer was my favorite season because of long summer vacations. But now I just want to go back to school like before. Do you like to go to school?
Of course, I love to go to school because from there only I get knowledge, I get inspiration, I get to know more about the world. And I'm the darling of all my teachers and principals, and I also really like them. In fact, on my birthday, I had done a plantation over there and also created a nursery, a community nursery on the name of Prasiddhi Forest.
Wow, it sounds really great. Well, it's been over a year that we are stuck inside our homes. What do you do nowadays since you can't go outside and play with your friends?
So you see, I do a lot of things and I have a list of hobbies which I participate throughout. So first of all, I really like to do painting, as I started Art for Trees initiative. So whatever related to art, I really love doing that. Then I love skating, cycling, swimming. I really like writing books and reading books, doing dance, all the type of dance. I can do any dance at any time.
Great.
And of course, since I have my garden, I do that. And while the COVID, I was able to connect globally with people from out of India too, or online, by taking 60 plus sessions and connecting with 15,000 change makers.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Do you like studying online?
To say so, of course it's really good while you can talk to your friends anytime you want, even if they are in other classes. But you see, person to person there's a feeling, and it's also very easy to learn through that, because sometimes there are internet issues, so you don't understand. And that's true. And especially one point which I always get angry is that whenever you're studying, if on the side there are trees, you look at the trees, you'll get oxygen and you'll get happiness to read more and more. And you have your PT classes where you meet all your friends and play around. So yeah, that's true.
Yes, you are absolutely right. We can see trees when we are studying online in our schools. Prasiddhi, do you have any favorite subjects in school?
So I didn't mean, for the last question, I didn't mean online. I meant offline. Offline, whenever you're there in school. So like when trees are there in your school, if you look at them from the window, you will be able to understand and get oxygen. So then when you read more further, you'll have a lot of happiness and encouragement within you.
Yes. I was saying that वो गलती से मैंने बोल दिया. So
no problem.
So Prasiddhi, my next question is, do you have any favorite subjects in school? I think it is, let me guess.
Yeah.
EVS.
Okay, fine. That's really my favorite subject. Actually, all my subjects are my favorite. I pretty much love them a lot because everything has to teach you something important for your lifetime. But personal favorite is science, as I am very curious in everything, and you get to learn a lot of things from that. It can be related to your body or related to plants. There are so many things, and whenever ma'am teaches us something, there has to be a why or what from my side.
Great. Do you think we all can...
You see, nature is my favorite subject, because in that you connect and you even get to know lifetime skills.
Yes.
And besides, I like geography too.
Okay, this is really great. Do you think we all can learn something from trees? What have you learned from planting trees?
Oh yes, trees. Trees are the most ancient organisms on this planet. They existed from about 370 million years. Wow.
Yes.
Trees are the most powerful climate combatant. And as per the Paris Agreement, in COP21, all countries agreed to limit their global temperature below 2 degrees Celsius. Then, after that, but if we place trees strategically, they have the power to cool air between 2 degrees Celsius and 8 degrees Celsius. But still, people are spending tons and tons of money to make new inventions to curb carbon dioxide. And we have forgotten the God-made gift, trees. adults suffer from blood pressure and have lakhs and lakhs of rupees for their treatment to be done. Whereas, if we connect with trees, talk to trees, go in the woods, then your stress, your blood pressure, and even your mood improves. Exactly what I'm saying to you guys is that trees are amazing. And most importantly, they are the habitat of so many species. They are the backbone of biodiversity. And I can go on and on the entire day telling about trees' contribution. But we should also know that every second, one football field of forest is getting cut. Every single second around the clock. A football field is almost 2 acres big. And every second, these many trees are getting cut. And my simple question is, why? And that's why I started doing all the green things. But sometimes our adults say, we are advancing, we have advanced so much. I feel, what kind of advancement is this, where we cannot afford fresh water and air for free of cost? Our ancestors drank water from the river. Our grandpa drank water from the well. Our mother and father drank water from the tap. And we drink water from distilled water bottles. The next generation might drink water from water capsules. And maybe the next generation will have nothing to drink, leaving water tubes. So, and even for oxygen, first we used to cut trees and now we are taking oxygen tankers. What is this? This is not real advancement. This is destruction. And that's why I started planting trees. And I feel that we all should support Mother Earth for planting more trees and making her green. Because she will always take care of us. It's just that we need to be fair.
Yes, you are absolutely right. I will also help you in this mission. I will plant as many trees as I can.
That's amazing.
So, can you share one memorable incident when people appreciated you?
There have been definitely many incidents where people praise me and support me throughout my journey. But one very memorable incident to my own heart is when I got the Prime Minister National Child Award. In that, I actually felt really good and I got it under the category of social service. I was the only one to get in the category of social service. And I was also the single person from Tamil Nadu. I was the youngest one to be awarded as the National Child Awardee, which is the highest civilian honor under 18. And when I got to know about this, the first thing I did is that I quickly went in my garden and planted a tree, saying that I am sharing my happiness with you. And you have supported me and you will join me now in creating a better future. And I was very encouraged and I felt like there are more responsibilities which I am going to get and a lot of encouragement. And I was very blessed to be able to talk to our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi ji. And when I spoke, he told me that I need to take care of the 3 sankalpas. First one is to be regular in whatever you are doing, never to stop. The second one is to always be on the promise I have made to the nation. So for example, if I want to plant 1 lakh trees, I have to plant 1 lakh trees.
Yes.
And the third one is to be humble. And even I say, if you'll be humble, you'll never stumble.
Yes, you are absolutely right, and this is a wonderful story. So, what do you do in your free time? Do you like watching cartoons as I do? What are your hobbies?
So cartoons, I don't know any cartoons. I never watched any cartoons.
Really?
Yes, I've never watched any cartoons.
I can't stay even a day without watching cartoons.
And I can't stay even a day without spending time with nature.
Oh.
In my free time, I always go downstairs and I give water to my plants in my garden. I talk to them, connect with them. That, are you okay? Are you having any problem? Should I help you? And even during COVID, I learned that trees never stopped. They always kept giving oxygen. So why should I stop? And so I gave many sessions, and I did different plantations, and I connected with several orphanages every weekend and told them about greenery and about nature. And I felt that they also need some friends at that time. So I connected online and did several good things in my free time.
Oh, that's great. Do you know my favorite hobby is trying new dishes? I personally like South Indian dishes, especially idli. Which dish do you like from the other part of our country?
Which place do I like from the other part of the country?
Yes.
My favorite state, you mean? Okay. I'd say...
Yes.
No. I really like dal. I really like dal bati from Malwa, which is in Indore.
Oh. And it's healthy for us also.
Yes, it's very healthy for us, and it's also part of our culture.
Yes, you are right. That's a part of our culture. So my next question is, what is one thing that you think is important for the kids to learn with all this changing environment?
So actually, during this time, I feel to the fact that in this changing environment, biodiversity, in this changing environment, is that from the last 50 years, biodiversity has dropped immediately, and 65% of African lions have started reducing. 75% of butterflies and insects have dropped, and 95% of bluefin tuna fishes from the Pacific have dropped. I feel like this is catastrophic for nature. Biodiversity is dropping everywhere and fast. This is catastrophic for nature and ourselves. In fact, we already know what to do is to plant trees and conserve forests. And that's what I do. I plant trees and I connect with nature.
Yes.
And I want everyone to do that.
Yes, that would be great. And what is the one habit that you would suggest that kids should develop so that they can become change makers.
So there are many things which they should develop from their own heart. But one thing which I want them to do is connect with nature. It can be through any way, by feeding a bird, or by planting a tree, or by doing anything that you love, but related and connected with nature. Because there are so many things that you can learn from nature.
Yes, that's great. I have covered all my questions and surely learned a lot from you today. Is there anything
you.
that you would like to ask from me? If yes, so please, I would love to share.
So I'd just like to ask one question. That is that, would you like to join my eco army?
Yes, I want to join your army. Please, I want to join. Tell me
Definitely.
what I have to do.
What you can do is that if you have any small boxes or any envelope, you can, whenever you eat fruits, collect the seeds from that, put it in the box or envelope, and then post it to me.
Okay, I will do it.
And I will plant those trees in my nursery
Okay,
for you.
I will also plant many trees and post seeds to you.
Yes.
I am really
Okay.
glad to have this chit chat season with you. Thank you for sharing your story with us. Hope you stay safe in this pandemic. Keep inspiring, Prasiddhi.
Thank you so much. You too. Always stay safe and keep taking care of yourself. And it was lovely connecting with you, Rhythm.
Yes,